Hi everybody, all my followers, be welcome to another video. Right, this video today is on a 2009 Mercedes ML320 CDI. This is the OM642, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's the OM642 with the V6 diesel engine. Now, let me see if I take you through what is wrong with this. So, the owner of this car came to me and he asked me if I could program a part to the car. And I said, I've asked which part? And he said, well, my mechanic changes the part, but now he tells me that the part needs programming. Okay. And ask again, which part? And I said, oh, I don't know. I'll bring you the car and I'll bring you the part so you can see what it is. So the car was dropped here this morning. I've noticed that the engine light was on. Let me actually start the thing so I can actually show you. There it is. So the engine light came exactly like this. So engine light is on. Okay. Now, the first thing I've done was look at this box. So the guy came and dropped me this with this box, and he said, oh, the part is in the driver's seat inside a box. And when I open the box, there's no brake pads. We have this, which straight away you can easily see what it is, which, judging by the yellow paint, etc, etc, this part was already a used part. So I'm now thinking, have they been throwing parts of this and this is not the problem? Or maybe this was replaced many years ago and it failed again. Who knows? I honestly don't know. But I decided to do some inspection on the engine bay, and I found something interesting, which is, again guys, is a little bit scary. What kind of people sometimes works on cars. I'm going to show you something they did when they replaced that turbo actuator. That's what it is a electronic turbo actuator. And I want to show you some. I mean, we all do mistakes, guys. I'm not perfect, no one is, but sometimes it's, come on, really? How can you miss something like that? So let me show you. So I got the cover off, the cover is there, and what I'm going to show you right now is just really poor practice standards, that's all. But obviously when they replaced this, they had to take these off. Look at that, that's how he was. Seriously? Come on, it's not rocket science. Something like that is pure lack of pride on your work. How can you leave that? I mean, surely this, I mean, I don't think this is doing anything to the turbo actuator, but you can see at the back then, so the turbo actuator, there's a brand new clip in there by the looks of it, so it's been definitely replaced. So I don't know, it says it needs a bit of play on this shaft, maybe because the key is off. So yeah, we're gonna fix this, put this back in properly, and then, yeah, if it needs programming, I don't know if it does or not, or if there's other issues with this car. I think we'll find out later. But for now, let's just take this off, put that back in properly, scan the car, see what the codes tell us, and then indeed see if there's any learning procedures needed in there. And there is more. You can see the marks, how this rubber seal was, look, was pushed here by that, so that was going in like that. Oh my god, honestly, bloody hell. People with no pride, people working on cars doing these kind of things, they are assassins. They should be absolutely forbidden from touching cars again. It's absolutely stupid. It is stupid. The low standards, the lack of standards on some people working on cars, unbelievable. All you need is to have a little bit of pride on what you're doing. Make sure seals sit properly, make sure things are connected properly. It's not rocket science, it's basics. It's absolutely basics. Sorry about that, guys. I know I'm just going to show you the thing again. You can see how kinked this is because it was completely pushed inside. So this would have been like this, and then that would go on the turbo there, and it was pushed inside like this probably, sorry guys, probably like this, restricting the amount of air and probably pushing this inside. I don't know, it could, if depends how this would be pushed, it could actually go in, touch the turbo, push the turbo to one side and actually destroy the turbo. Easy to do really, but yeah, it should still okay to reuse. So we're gonna make sure this goes back in properly. I'm cleaning everything with a little bit of diluent, so just to make sure it goes in okay, and then we'll put everything back on. Okay, and just before I put everything back on, I thought about give you a scan. Please, guys, remember and ignore all the codes that we have here. We're gonna do this maybe like that. Ignore all the codes. Ignore all the codes for the airflows and all that stuff, and air temperature sensors, because the airflow meters are disconnected and the temperature sensor for the breather is also disconnected. So but think just about the first one, okay? 2526 signal wire to component Y77/1 charge pressure positioner, which is that little module or that little module. And then ignore everything and look at the last two. So that one, I'm not sure. Exhaust back pressure sensor. It could be that needs a regeneration. It could be that the DPF is gone. Don't know yet. And then obviously we have another code 2510. That again, which is the one that is actually turning the mill on, which again is for the boost pressure regulator. So let me try something here. Okay, so I did a clear of the codes. Obviously all the codes came back, but what I want to see was if this code for the pressure regulator positioner signals fault was another two codes, if you remember, or another code for the boost regulator, and then was another one for the exhaust pressure. But I want to see if these codes would come back. Obviously the airflow meter, etc., those come back straight away, but these one came back straight away as well. Nevertheless, I'm going to try something which I think with this fault will not work, because the system sees a fault and is not going to allow me to actuate the positioner. But we'll do it just so maybe when we do it later, if I get it fixed, I hope I do, I can then show you how it should behave. So it's going to be a little bit noisy because the scanner will rev up the engine, and therefore it's going to be noisy. But what we're going to do, I'm going to show you. Okay, you already revved up the engine, as you can see, and now we're going to set these to 10 and then to 90, and we're going to look at that lever, and you're going to see that the lever does not move. I don't know why you rev down, but we'll do it again. Okay, I had to reduce the volume, otherwise I'll be killing your ears, guys. But as you've seen, on 10 and then on 90, the lever just does not move. So the programming thingy that the guy was referring to. And most likely is going to be BS. Nevertheless, we're going to see if there's anything here to learn that thingy. Okay, as you can see, there's nothing here to adjust or to program that the turbo actuator. I don't believe there is. We can try start later on if we have to. I don't think there is. The fault with the signal is more than self-explanatory. You know, it's we're gonna have to check what's going on in there with those wires. Before that, a quick look to live data. And as you can see on my, I think it's boost control of this page, we have something there with the boost air temperature, something to worry about later, I guess. But for now, as you can see, the charge pressure under idling should be above 85% and is reading the 27, which is the minimum, which is the lever all the way up, which is where it is. So when you start the engine, that lever should go all the way down to full boost, to give full boost basically, and is not doing it. So let's gonna see what's going on. Okay, and right now I'm even more confused. I'm trying to ring the guy, but the guy is not answering, because right, what I've decided to do was to plug the old part back in. And right, let me show you this. Okay, all I want you to do is to look at this lever. Okay, I'm going to turn the ignition on and then I'll start the engine, and I want you to look at that. Okay, so ignition on, engine running. Ignition off, and yeah, it's still actuating. You can feel it. Try as soon as it touches the limit, try to move it, but wait a little bit, and there we go. And now it stopped. Now, what is this? The replacement? I don't think it is. That's not the impression I was left with. It would be really silly if I was meant to replace actually this part. Oh dear. Right, I'm gonna have to ring him. I'm gonna have to carry on ringing him, but until he tells me exactly what's going on. Oh dear. Sorry guys, I'm so sorry. But at least might be some information here that can help you. In the meantime, while you're not answering the phone, just like that, we're going to look at the live data and see if we have any change on that boost control live data. Okay, key on, go back, idle the engine, start the engine. Boom! Look at that. Right, so probably I'm meant to replace that part. Uh-oh. I need to understand what is the part that you want me to program. Is the part that is already on a car, or is the part that was on the seat? So the one on the car needs to be replaced, or has been replaced already? No, I understand that, but which, right, you bought the part, yes? Which part did you buy? Is the one that's already on the car, or is the one that's on the seat? Okay, so it still needs to be replaced then. Okay, you ring me back. Okay then, thank you. Cheers. Okay, and you heard, he's gonna ring me back. He's gonna check whether the mechanic, and he's going to ring me back, because even he doesn't know if they replaced the part already or not. Judging by what I've seen and by what I've showed you, I guess probably the part has not been replaced yet, or something else going on. Let's wait to see. Oh, so the part on the seat is the new part? Yeah. Okay, so I'll have to get it replaced. Okay, no problem then. Okay, bye. 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 Uh-oh. Right, guys, I'm feeling so silly right now. I'm so sorry. That, however, does not change anything about these seals, about these not plugged in properly, whatever. Unless the guys were thinking, okay, that's going to go to be fixed and someone else will put this correctly. It could have been, guys. I do apologize. Come on. Right, so, and I don't think there's any programming on this. I think these will self-calibrate as soon as you put it. Holy shit. There we go. And the clip is gone. Crap. Really? That's the first thing you do. And you lose the bloody clip. That said, I think that was the wrong clip anyway. I think that was the wrong clip. I should have some other type of circlips that should fit properly. So, okay. Damn it! Crap. He just flied. He's almost right. Oh, oh well. Oh well. It's be a little bit of a pain in the ass to take this out. How does this comes off in there? I'm gonna have to take a lot of stuff out. Okay, live with me. I think I'm gonna have to take this cover off to give me more room to get these bolts out. Okay, so the lever drop, that's fine. How many bolts is this? 1, 2, 3 bolts. 4 bolts. It's 3 or 4. Not sure now. Let me look at that one. 1. There's 1, 2, and 3 down there. Okay. 3 bolts that are a pain in the ass to get to. Especially that last one. Okay. I'll take that one in there. You can't move this, can you? That's it. Yeah, I'm gonna take this cover off. Okay, so because we do have a replacement, I'm not gonna worry too much, but you guys know me better. I would have to try to figure out what's wrong. So I've split the actuator. The first thing I've noticed is that is a lot of dust. I don't know how good it's gonna come on camera, but it's a lot of dust in there. It was a little bit of dust on top of this here. This is actually the position, well, it's not the position sensor, but is this runs or spins on top of this sort of coil in there. And that's what tells the position. But what I found, so I've started to make a few measurements, just sort of 0 ohm resistors, stuff like that, basic stuff on the van. But then I thought, I've seen something there, and I thought, let me go back there and show this. So I might show you, I'll show you this on the microscope, maybe better. Hold on a second. Right, I wanted to look at those frog wires. There is 2 in there. And I wanted to look at what happens when I touch them. Let me put this so you can actually see it. There we go. Look at that. Look at the next one. And there's another one there, which, well, it's kind of lost. It's going to lose the... Okay, so there he is. Right. These particular wires that we're talking about is these 2 here at the back, which is the ones, if I'm not mistaken, that comes into the motor here. Or maybe not, or maybe I'm wrong, not sure. Maybe not. Anyway, I don't know where they go. but surely they are needed for something. So we're going to, I've checked all the other ones are good. These are the ones for the plug. These ones look okay, but obviously those are, as you've just seen. So we're going to solder something in there properly and see what happens and give a good clean, etc, etc. Okay, so all done. I ended up actually doing more than I was initially thinking. I've done one extra because when I looked, actually if I show you this, so I've done those 3 and then I've done that one extra because when I touched, I didn't like the way it was looking, and honestly as soon as these wires are very fragile, but as soon as I touch it, it splits straight away, so mine was already not very good. Another thing is, actually, nah, I'm gonna leave it. Anyway, one thing that I need to mention here, guys, is that for you, in order to be able to solder copper on these pads, you need to scrape the aluminium layer. Otherwise, unless you have alu solder, which I don't, I had enough time to get some, but oh well. You need to scrape the layer of the aluminium in order to then be able to solder, obviously, solder and copper, whatever. So I've scraped everything and put these copper wires. I think there is 3 wires only coming to this throttle through this actuator. It's going to be power, ground, and then the lean bus or CAN, whatever that is. It's going to be lean, I guess. These ones are alright. They're not moving. So I'm going to guess these ones are good. Okay, so let's just do one more thing. Test the motor. Make sure the motor is working. I already cleaned all of this, but let's just test the motor. Let me get the wires this way. Just quick test the motor, make sure it runs. 3 volts is not going to run. Now it will run. Okay, the other way. Yep. It's getting stuck. Why is it getting stuck? Maybe because I'm sending it to the limits. Interesting. It is definitely working. Maybe because I've sent it to the limits, which is not supposed to happen when this is actually on the car. Let me release this. And this is giving way more work than I initially thought. Bloody hell, but at least I managed to get these out, a little bit of lubrication. Let's kind of put it all back together and give it a try. I don't even know why I'm wasting my time, to be honest with you. There's a replacement in there, which looks good. It was a straightforward swap, but oh well. I'm a stubborn guy. Okay, let's give it another go. Sweet! Okay, all plugged in, obviously. As you can see, the blue mark is the original one. I haven't tried it yet. Moment of the truth. Let's going to turn the ignition on and see what happens. Have you seen that? 100%. Can you hear it adjusting? So let's start the engine. Beautiful. Let's turn it off. There it is. All fixed. You can, I don't know if you can feel it. Adjusting. So yeah, we got it fixed. But I don't know, I probably would trust more that one than the new one, but oh well. I think I'm going to replace it purely because if I say I fix that one and leave that one in there, if that fails, he can easily turn around and say, well, I told you to replace it, blah 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 blah. I don't want that. He brought me that one. I'm going to do what he asked me for, but definitely 100% working. We got it fixed. Still, let's gonna put the other one in. Okay, and stop everything. Oh dear me, it's one thing after the next. So this is the one we took from the car, as you can see, with the blue mark in there. Quite clean. We just had it all in bits. Okay, this one is the scrapyard one with the yellow mark and with these engravements in there, MJW or whatever that is. And look what happens when I put them side by side. Okay, facing the same direction. When I turn them around, look at the levers. So these lever should be facing the same as that one, should be facing that way, and exactly the opposite. So this doesn't belong to this car, or is not for this car. So I can't really put this one in because there's no way to adjust this. This doesn't really adjust on the outside. Oh my god, you got the wrong one. Oh damn it. So it looks like we're gonna have to put the old one back in then, but I'm not gonna put it just like that. So we fixed all the broken connections on that side, and on the other side we fixed another one. So what I'm gonna do, there is only 3 wires on this plug, so we fixed one already. There's another 2 to fix. So I'm going to open it and make all these connections proper done with the copper wire like we did, and only then I'm going to put the original part back in, just so it might last a little bit longer. It could be that it would last okay now, but I don't want to take the risk. So we're going to open this again, get the other parts fixed, the other wire frogs fixed, and then yes, put it all back on. Okay, let's see if I can still have time to finish this today. So if you remember, we did everything and we did one in there. So this goes like this, which is oh damn it, I've actually fixed the wire that was not connected. So obviously this first one was not connected, so we need to do 1 2. So I need to do the first one, second one, and then leave one empty and do the other one, leave one empty and do the other one. Okay, so I'm going to fix this, and this. I done that one for nothing. He's not connected. So obviously the problem why this was not working was nothing to do with that one. That one was connected, as I said. I just didn't like the way it looked. These 3 here were definitely gone, and that's the one that actually fixed this actuator. But let's do the other 3 and then put it all back together. Okay, and here it is, all done. So as you can see, the one on the right is not connected, but I did it before I checked. Then I've done the other 3, the first 2 on the left, then the one after the third one from the left is not connected, and then I did the other one which is also connected. So at least this way is not going to fail again at this point, so it should last, I guess. So let's close these now and put it on the car quickly while I have some daylight, see if we can finish this today. Okay, everything is back in place, proper fitted. Unfortunately the plastic there was broken, so we kind of was a little bit missing there, but is in place and is proper. It's sealed. That's also in there, proper put in place. Right, that's alright. Right, that's gonna clear the codes and give it a go. Okay, so that's gonna read this. Oh dear. Right, let's go into clear this. turn the ignition off for 10 seconds as they ask. Oh dear. Okay, ignition back on. Yes. Let me see if he brings any codes. No fault codes. No fault codes detected. It's gonna start this thing, but before I start it, I want to put the camera in there because I want to see if, or I want to show you if the lever is actually doing its job. The lever is right there, so I'm going to start the car. And as you have seen, we have movement. So now we are going to check my live data. Now the code for the signal from the actuator was coming up straight away anyway. But before we go back and read the codes, let's just boost control, make sure we have that feedback okay, that position. And look at that. Spot on, guys. Absolutely spot on. Right, really happy. It's going to read these codes again, see if anything came back, any of the other codes. No fault codes. Right, now the codes for the back pressure did not come back. Let me give a... They did not come back. Let's give you another scan quickly. It's running here now for a couple of minutes. Just curiosity, but guys, again, I was not asked to look at anything else. I was not even asked to do what I've done. If you remember, I was only requested to replace that programming. There's no programming for that, no fault codes, which is absolutely brilliant. Very good. Now, yeah, programming was nothing to program. These actuators, as far as I'm aware, they don't need programming. I never had to program one. So, but it might be that some versions might do need. This particular case doesn't look like you need. And I think we have a fix. I might have to go for a quick test drive just to make sure, but so far so good. I might go at the end of the road, just see how it drives. Why not? Just before we wrap up this. And he's driving perfect. Beautiful. Yep, he's driving absolutely perfect. No lights. So let's gonna park back home and wrap up this video. All right, and without further ado, guys, let's just come out of this U and read the codes again. I only went for like 5 minutes drive or so. Pulled really hard, drove absolutely fine, boost, plenty of boost. It's working absolutely perfect. And there we go, no codes. So yeah, that's it, guys. The other codes that were there for back pressures or whatever, I don't know, it could be all influenced. I don't know. I don't know, guys. Anyway, he's driving absolutely perfect. That's all that matters. So yeah, in the end, well, if the guy would have bring me the car straight away rather than take it elsewhere first, would have saved some money on that actuator. In the end, we had to repair the original one. And that's it, really. All right, interesting one. I hope you liked it. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys. I really hope there's some information here you guys can find useful. If you do still have any questions, any comments, please put them below. And like always, thank you for watching.